Uh, you know, I I've been on the internet for a long time, and I've seen a lot of stupid arguments. But you know what? The whole thing with the gaming community just being too thin-skinned is really wearing on me. By the way, I I don't even know what to say, really. Um, I'm assuming that a lot of my subs right now are following 1316 Killer. He just put a video up called My Solid Rev Response, and um, he's he's just tired of the people that he's satirizing, thinking that he's trying to personally attack them. You know, yeah, I don't know. I just let me let me let me read a comment that was left on his video. Now, look at this. I'm not gonna I'm not going to I'm not going to repeat any profanity because I don't do that here. Let's see. He claims everyone else sensitive bees, yet I see him deleting every comment he don't agree with. Many had mad likes. LMAO. He's just a cat piss scented hypocrite. 1316 killer. Do as I say, not as I do. I don't get it. I don't get what the point is of that. Anyway, the whole thing is about there's another YouTuber named Solid Rev who, you know, is a habitual line stepper when it comes to pre-ordering games and then trying to get refunds for them, and doing the same thing on Steam, because Steam has a refund policy. And if you don't like a game, you know, within a certain amount of play hours or whatever, you can you know, send them a message and say, hey, I want a refund for this. The game's not working out for me, which is great. But the problem is, people like to, you know, when given an inch, take a mile. Of course, that's a universal human trait. And you know, and I've seen this. This is you know, the lowest. And I know some people who do this, but of course the lowest of the low are just the ones that don't even want to pay for the games. They just pirate everything because the gaming industry is full of filth and crookedness and da 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 da. You know what? Every industry is full of crookedness and corruption and whatever. That's just how it is. It's human nature to be greedy, and that's not going away anytime soon. All right, so the best that you can do is to be a smart consumer. Pre-ordering a game, especially these days, is not smart. Pre-ordering a digital game is really not smart because I don't think they're going to run out of those. I don't know. Let me check Google real quick. Do they run out of digital games? No, they don't run out of digital games. I used to pre-order games back in the Nintendo 64 era because Nintendo is notorious for undersupplying some of their things, even all the way back to those days. And of course, today, you know, when they didn't make enough of the NES classics, and when they probably won't make enough of the Super NES classics. But these days, on a PS4 game, a PC game, or whatever, why would you even do it? I know there's bonuses there, but they're just that's how they get you, you know. But anyway, so this guy, he pre-orders the game he pre-orders it so he can get into the beta sooner than everyone else, because everyone else is going to get into the beta anyway because they had an open beta. And I believe the game was Destiny 2. I never played Destiny. My brother plays it a lot, so maybe if he's over one day, I'll have him tell you about it. But So then something happened. I don't know what the deal was, but he wanted a refund on it, and Sony wouldn't give it to him because he had already, crossed the line on that before. So Sony wouldn't give it to him. He makes a video about it, complaining about Sony. Somebody shares that video with 1316 Killer so that he can make a funny video about it. And so he makes the video. I don't think he ever mentions Solid Rev, whoever the heck that is. I've never seen any of his videos. Probably never will at this point. He just puts on a redneck outfit, which I want to dub that Redneck Joe. I don't know if he calls it anything, but I think we should call that Redneck Joe. But he just does it's hilarious. He's got the whole thing. He's got the redneck accent. He's got the cup spitting. It was funny. I was laughing most of the way through it because he just pulled it off so well. He knows how to stay in character. I can't do that. I don't even have a character. I just have a microphone. Sorry, I just made a noise on my microphone. Anyway, so now he's been having this back and forth with Solid Rev because Solid Rev's feelings are hurt. His feelings are hurt. You know what? This community, and it's not everybody. It just seems to be the people that talk the most. You know, you know why these people that get satirized on 1316's channel, you know why they have to respond the way they do? Because there's probably a sliver of truth in all of these videos that he makes, and it bothers them. It bothers them that he's pointing out how ridiculous they are about things, and it bothers them because they want to rationalize their ridiculousness or their stupidity or whatever. You know, I hesitate to call anybody stupid because I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, but whatever. But, you know, I get satirized all the time. But people make fun of me for keeping everything clean and tidy all the time, even though I don't think there's anything disorderly about that. Some people want to. Dang it! See now I broke this and I gotta fix it. People want to say I'm OCD or whatever. There's nothing disorderly about wanting to keep a clean house. There is something disorderly about wanting to wash your hands 5 times in scalding hot water. That might be disorderly, but I don't do that. As a matter of fact, if you ask my wife, she would probably say I don't wash my hands enough. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought now. What was I going on about? Oh yeah. So there's got to be a sliver of truth in these things that's just triggering them because they want to hide that from themselves. And this is just rampant in mankind altogether. Every time you bring up something truthful about somebody and it's not necessarily a good thing, they're either going to try to rationalize it or they're going to try to over-defend themselves. If there wasn't any truth in any of these videos, I guarantee that people like Solid Rev and the other guy on whatever his freaking name is on Review Tech USA, they wouldn't even give that guy the time of day. They might just say, whatever. You know, either, you know, if it didn't bother him, they'd say, yeah, he's right. We're doing videos like this, and you know what? We're pretty successful with it, and he's absolutely right. We just regurgitate news, but you know, people seem to watch it, so that's what we do. Whatever. He can make fun of it. It's not going to hurt us any. It's not hurting them any. Matter of fact, let's see. I'm not even going to watch the video. Here's a video that one of them made. Here's the title of it. Because no one's going to want to click on this, right? The PS4 outsold the Nintendo Switch in June. Let's panic! In all caps, let's panic. And then ... or not. Because no one's going to click on a video talking about how Nintendo is continuing to screw things up or, you know, whatever. And I'm not even saying they're screwing things up. That's just the regular rhetoric that tends to go on. Now, okay, of course the PS4 outsold the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch has a library of games about a small basket's worth at this point. Now, so why would you buy a console that you can't even really use? Meanwhile, the PS4 is still a big hit. It's also cheaper than the Switch right now, $250, and I think you get a game. So if you're going to buy a Switch, you're actually going to spend $350, $360 plus sales tax if you're in a state with sales tax. Where I am, it is 7%. So you're going to pay 7% on the $360 or whatever. So, you know, you're going upwards of $400 there just for that. Meanwhile, you can buy a PS4. You already get the game, I think. Don't quote me on that. I haven't looked at all the bundles. But you're going to get the game, and it's $250. The Xbox One is in the same boat. They've got a library a mile long, just like the PS4. It's also a cheaper console at this point. And I think you get a game. Maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, it's cheaper. So just on that alone, they're going to outsell the Switch. I mean, duh. Of course, granted, the video is only 7 minutes long or so, but it's just a click. It's got almost 93,000 views. That's what they do. Because they know they're taking advantage of a community that loves controversy and loves to banter back and forth. If that's what they do, fine. But when someone makes a video satirizing that fact, don't come after them like it's you know, crushing your very soul. It's the truth. It's a funny video that's just pointing out a funny truth. It's like a roast. It's a roast, like when a celebrity gets roasted. You know, there's a sliver of truth in all of that stuff, and it's something to laugh about. Anyway, but I think guys like this 1316 killer, maybe, I know he would want nothing to do with this, but I think he's probably starting a community in and of itself of gamers who sort of want to, I guess, fight back a little bit against this utter ridiculousness that the gaming community online has been, you know, going on about for years, or a decade or more maybe at this point. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to say. You know, I guess this would be semi-controversial video number 3. So anyway, I gotta go grill my freaking lunch. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.